Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 7th of October 2024. Now so far as the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market is concerned guys, it is pretty much the same since the last few days, but what I'm really not liking guys is the volume of stable coins. And last week guys in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast I did actually state I'm really curious to check what the volume of stable coins is over the weekend, because that will give us an idea as to which direction the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be heading towards, isn't it? And in just a matter of 3 days, guys, that is on the 10th of October, the CPI numbers will be out, and I'm pretty much sure because of that, or rather only because of that, a lot of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency whales, as well as notorious traders, they are heavily trying to manipulate the market, isn't it? And I wouldn't be surprised, guys, over the next few days, that the prices will actually go down, and immediately after the CPI numbers are out, we might see an uptick in the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, it's really important to note, guys, so far as the inflation numbers are concerned, there is a very high possibility that the inflation numbers will be going down. So keeping all this thing in mind, guys, I would really like to see the volume of stable coins much higher, to be honest. But nonetheless, guys, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on the global cryptocurrency snapshot. Now in today's episode, guys, we do have some really interesting news, and a lot of news is surrounding documentaries, and it looks like the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world is taken over by documentaries. Now the first one, guys, is regarding Satoshi Nakamoto and HBO. They are releasing a new documentary called as Money Electric, The Bitcoin Mystery, and looks like they are in the hunt for Satoshi Nakamoto, and they have thrown out a couple of names, guys, but looks like they have jotted down to a name, and that person is Len Sussman. And could it be Satoshi Nakamoto? Me personally, I don't think so, guys. But nonetheless, I'll definitely go ahead and share more information regarding this documentary. Now, the second news, guys, is an unfortunate one. And I'm pretty much sure not just Coinbase, but other cryptocurrency exchanges will be doing something similar. But the news is surrounding Coinbase, guys. And they're on the verge of delisting non-compliant stable coins. And this is to do with Europe. And it is only because of MiCA regulations. And last week, guys, we talked about that the USDT be dumbed down as well, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. But look, guys, so far Circle USDC is concerned, they're definitely trying to be compliant, isn't it? Now, regarding Coinbase, guys, delisting a lot of non-compliant stable coins, they will be putting out an official statement in a month's time or so. So I'm pretty much sure because of that news, the volume of stable coins will be fluctuating, isn't it? And talking about stable coins, guys, the next news I'm going to be talking about has to do with Tether USDT. And it's needless to say, guys, that Tether USDT is a dominant player so far stablecoins is concerned, isn't it? And what better way to make a documentary about it? And their documentary, guys, is called Stability and Freedom in Chaos. And the reason why they're releasing this documentary, guys, is because it is the 10th year anniversary of Tether USDT. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now, the final news, guys, is definitely an unfortunate news and a sad news, to be honest. And this is to do with the meme coin and Solana blockchain. And the name of the coin will give an indication as to what I'm talking about. And the coin, guys, is called as Dare Coin. And the creator of this did actually participate in Truth or Dare. And unfortunately, guys, he did actually set himself on fire. Absolutely crazy and sad world, isn't it? But looks like he has learned a lesson. Now look, guys, it's definitely unfortunate that people trying to do this to go out and promote their cryptocurrencies. And he did have an interview with Decrypt, and he did actually regret making the decision. Because look, guys, when you talk about burning yourself, the consequences are absolutely scary and bizarre, isn't it? Definitely unfortunate news. So these are the news, guys, I'll cover in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 series, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first one, guys, is definitely a massive one. And DMCC, that is Dubai Multi-Commodity Center, they have joined forces with CVVC. And they want to drive regional Web3 ecosystem growth. So I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now the second news, guys, is all the way from Bahrain. And Bahrain's RCD Governance Committee, they have gone ahead and reviewed key digital initiatives. And it's good to know that blockchain technology will play an integral part in that. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's get started with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And advanced media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, as you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, the global cryptocurrency market, guys, right now is at $2.18 trillion, and Ethereum's market cap, guys, unfortunately is well below the $300 billion mark. Now, it's really important to note, guys, that I'm reading out these numbers in the early hours of Dubai, and technically it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries. Now, because the CPI numbers will be released on the 10th of this month, I'm honestly expecting some kind of volatility so far as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned. But look, so far as the CPI numbers are concerned, it's really important to note that the inflation numbers will be down. But if you look at the economic factors, the United States of America is kind of like the best of the worst. And I've released a standalone episode on the 5th of August, guys, that is called as Kamala Crash. And in that episode, we went ahead and discussed that over $2.9 trillion has been wiped off from the world economy. And so far as cryptocurrency is concerned, guys, more than $600 billion have been wiped off from the global cryptocurrency market. Now, what is a bit unfortunate to note, guys, is that right now there's so much of geopolitical chaos going on, isn't it? And in just a matter of 30 days, guys, there will be US elections coming up as well. So keeping all this thing in mind, I'm pretty much sure there'll be a lot of cryptocurrency volatility. But so far as this week is concerned, guys, I wouldn't be surprised on Tuesdays and Wednesdays the prices of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market will be pumping down. But look, guys, as I often say, all price predictions are 100% right, 50% of the time. And also a warning, guys, everything that I've said right now is definitely not financial advice. So it's imperative that you go out and do your own research. Now, so far as the volume of stable coins is concerned, guys, it is at $41.57 million. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 6%. Now, if you look at the volume in DeFi, guys, as usual, the volume in DeFi has definitely been disappointing. Today, guys, as a matter of fact, it is well below the $3 billion mark. It is only at $2.63 billion. And DeFi, guys, as of today, is accounting for 6.33% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned, guys, it is at $82.80 billion. And so far as the dominance is concerned, Lido is still dominating with $23.89 billion. Now, one metric, guys, which I often tend to look at, that is decentralized exchange dominance, and that would give us an idea as to which direction the world is headed toward distributed or decentralized way of working, isn't it? And unfortunately, guys, looks like people are not using decentralized exchanges because the percentage-wise, the dominance is only 14.44%. Now, it's really important to note, guys, there is a very high possibility that out of this 14.44%, roughly around 6 to 8% accounts for centralized exchanges using decentralized exchanges. So the number, guys, so far as decentralized exchange dominance is concerned, should be somewhere around the 40 to 60% mark. When will that thing happen? Hopefully in a couple of decades we might be able to achieve that. Now let me quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, guys, because as I mentioned earlier, I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of Dubai. So the numbers are definitely not great, and Uniswap is leading the pack, but it is less than $1 billion, and it is only at $909 million. PancakeSwap, guys, is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $556.36 million. Radium is at number 3rd, its volume is $412.71 million. Orca is at number 4th, its volume is $225.53 million, and Aerodrome, guys, is at number 5th. Its volume is $192.56 million. Now let me quickly run through the volume of stable coins. And as I've always said since the last few years, guys, the volume of stable coins does give us an indication as to which direction the prices would be heading towards, isn't it? Now look, if the volume of stable coins is higher, and if the prices are going down, that would essentially mean that people are parking a lot of the cryptocurrencies onto stable coins, isn't it? But when the prices are going down, and if the volume of stable coins is now pumping up, it just means one thing, guys, that people are converting a lot of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies into fiat world. And unfortunately, guys, since the last 24 hours, the volume of stable coins is only at $36.29 billion. In an idealistic world, guys, this number should have been around the $80 to $100 billion mark. Then I could confidently state that in the next coming days, the prices of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market might be pumping up. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, how this number is reflected on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Because on Thursdays when the CPI number will be out, isn't it? Now, so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, it is accounting for 87.29% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of the $36.29 billion, guys, Tether USDT is leading the pack, but its volume is only at $31.09 billion. But look, as on a positive note, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss the documentary they are releasing, isn't it? Now, so far, Circle USDC is concerned, guys, its volume is $2.54 billion, and NEFD-USD is at number 3rd. Its volume is $2.41 billion. Now let me quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now so far as the market cap of Bitcoin is concerned, it is at $1.24 trillion, and Ethereum's market cap, guys, is well below the $300 billion mark. It is at $293 billion. Now, so far as the 24-hour trading volume is concerned, it is at $14.77 billion, whereas the 24-hour trading volume of Ethereum is $8.46 billion. Now, if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin, guys, it is at 56.84%, but Ethereum's dominance has actually gone down, and it is only at 13.40%. Now, based on the dominance, guys, looks like a lot of activity is actually taking place in other protocols, isn't it? And I'm pretty much sure, guys, Solana is a protocol where the volume will be pumping up, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. Cause look guys, so far as Binance is concerned, there's an unfortunate report that has been published that actually discusses that Binance's market dominance has actually gone down since the last 4 years. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that in a minute. But before that guys, what I want to do is, I want to run through the market cap of protocols that are connected to interoperability. Now the number one guys is surprisingly Wormhole, and its market cap is $881 million. The number second guys is Quant, and its market cap is $843 million. Now look guys, I've been looking at this data pretty much every second or third day, and if I'm not mistaken guys, this might be the very first time where Quant is number second. Historically, it has always been at number one, but looks like Wormhole has been picking up quite a lot of paces in it. Now the third one is Axelar, and its market cap is $528 million. Layer 0 is at number 4th, and its market cap is $469 million. And at number 5th guys is Threshold Network, and its market cap is at $244 million. Now guys, let's go ahead and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin guys is at $62,817, and since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 1.20%, but since the last 7 days, it is down by 4.26%. Ethereum guys is well below the $2,500 mark. It is only at $2,439, and since the last 24 hours guys, it is up by 0.95%, but since the last 7 days, it is down by almost 10%. It is down by 8.25% to be precise. Binance BNB Coin guys is at $570, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 1.31%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 4.29%. And as I mentioned earlier guys, since the last 4 years, Binance's market dominance has been on a downturn, and this is only because of regulatory challenges, isn't it? And there is a really interesting report guys which is published by CC Data that actually states that in September of this year, Binance handled 36.6% of the volume for spot as well as derivatives trading on centralized platforms, and that is just 20% more than its closest rival, and its closest rival is OKX. And Binance's spot trading guys did actually fall down by over 20%, reducing its market share to 27%, and this has been the lowest since the last 4 years, going back to September of 2020. Now look, as we all know why that has happened, isn't it? Regulatory issues have definitely hindered the growth and ability to onboard new users globally, and ever since the FTX collapse guys, looks like the left-leaning administration has been behind Binance as well as CZ, isn't it? And CZ did actually successfully serve jail time. And I very specifically remember guys, there was a time where Binance's stablecoin, that is BYUSD, that was heavily competing with Circle USDC, but the entire project of Binance BUSD has disappeared, and over $15 billion worth of Binance BUSD has been taken off from the stablecoin market. And these are regulatory dangers that the left-leaning administration, particularly in US, can go after, isn't it? So definitely unfortunate news for Binance. And I very specifically remember guys, in the Ask Me Anything series that I tend to have in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, one listener did actually ask, is Binance bigger than Bitcoin? And at that point of time guys, Binance was actually bigger than Bitcoin, but looks like now it has taken a downturn, isn't it? Definitely unfortunate news. Now guys, let's go and discuss a really interesting documentary, and this is done by HBO, and the documentary is called as Money Electric, the Bitcoin Mystery. Now what this documentary claims guys, that they have revealed Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto's identity, and the director of this documentary, that is Cullen Hoback, has promised fresh clues. Now look guys, there have been several past attempts to unmask Satoshi Nakamoto, isn't it? And some people have wrongly identified Dorian Nakamoto as well. And recently there was a meme circulating by Dorian Nakamoto stating that he's the CEO and he has decided to pump up the price of Bitcoin. Now along with that guys, there have been notorious characters like Fake Toshi or Dr. Craig White who have failed to prove that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. Now there are speculations continuing right now that Hal Finney, Adam Back, or even Sergey Nazarov could be Satoshi Nakamoto. But what this documentary states guys, that there is a very high possibility that a cryptographer called Len Sussman could potentially be Satoshi Nakamoto. But what happened guys is he actually died at the age of 31, and that date kind of coincides with the date when Satoshi Nakamoto stopped any communication. But look guys, it's really important to note, the documentary does not provide absolutely any proof whatsoever. So at this point of time guys, the Bitcoin and the crypto community remains skeptical. believing that the mystery is best left unsolved, and this would definitely avoid market disruption if Satoshi Nakamoto is there, isn't it? If Satoshi Nakamoto is revealed, because what happens is if he does actually reveal his identity, and if he does go ahead and sign his private key, and if he does decide to go ahead and dump a lot of the Bitcoin, that would be absolutely catastrophic, isn't it? And we saw what happened when Germany decided to dump a lot of the Bitcoin into the market. The prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency plummeted as well, isn't it? Now, regarding this documentary, guys, I haven't seen it yet, because in United Arab Emirates, we don't have HBO documentary as such. But if you're someone in US or other part of the world, let me know if you watch this documentary, and let me know who you think is Satoshi Nakamoto. Based on my experience, guys, I have 100% confidence that Adam Back, he would be Satoshi Nakamoto, and there are various reasons as to why he could be Satoshi Nakamoto according to me. But one of the things which is a light bulb moment for me as to why Satoshi Nakamoto is, because when Satoshi Nakamoto made the very first transaction, he did have an encrypted message, and the message was addressed to the Chancellor of the Bank of England. And out of all of these people, guys, Adam Back is the only guy who was from South London. Now, regarding Len Sassman, whom they claim to be in this documentary as Satoshi Nakamoto, he's an American, so I don't see a reason as to why he would go and mention the Chancellor of the Bank of England. It does not make any sense, isn't it? But nonetheless, guys, the cypherpunks are absolutely wicked and wild, isn't it? So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding this documentary. If you watched it, or if you know of any other one who could be Satoshi Nakamoto, mention the name of the person in the comments below. Now, guys, let's go and discuss another news. And to be honest, guys, I'm pretty much sure this might be a massive news going forward in the next coming months. And this is to do with Europe keeping in mind the MiCA regulations. Now, Coinbase, guys, they have made a decision to delist unauthorized stablecoins, including Tether USDT, from its platform in the European Economic Area by year-end. And this move, guys, aligns with European Union's new crypto regulations under the MiCA framework, which requires stablecoin issuers to have e-money authorization in at least one EU member state. Now, full implementation of MiCA rules for crypto exchanges and compliance will take effect on 31st of December this year. Now, this news, guys, is actually published by Bloomberg, and the link to that is in the show notes below. But it's really important to note, guys, that Coinbase will provide an official update on this, and hopefully they might do it by November or something. Now, I'm pretty much sure, guys, a lot of the other cryptocurrency exchanges will be following a similar pursuit, isn't it? Last week, as we talked about Kraken, they went ahead and decided to delist Monero, so I'm pretty much sure not just stable coins, but even privacy coins will be affected by this. Definitely unfortunate news. Now, guys, let's go to discuss another documentary news, and this is to do with Tether USDT. And the documentary, guys, is called Stability and Freedom in Chaos. And on the 10th anniversary of Tether, guys, the team from Bitfinex and Tether have launched a documentary. And what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, there's an official tweet or X which is by the team, so you can go ahead and check out the trailer. And the trailer, guys, highlights how people in inflation-hit countries like Turkey, Brazil and Argentina have used USDT stablecoin as an alternative to the US dollar. And in Brazil, guys, one user has actually claimed that USDT is involved in 90% of daily transactions, and this shows the importance in combining inflation, isn't it? And the CEO of Tether USDT, guys, that is Paulo Adrano, has actually stated that this documentary is a symbol of disintermediation, resilience and stability. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this documentary is. Now, regarding stablecoins, guys, on the 25th of this month, I do have a standalone episode on stablecoins where I go and explain everything regarding stablecoins. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to eventbrite.com and just search for Blockchain DXB, or just drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. And in that event, guys, I'll go and discuss the need for stablecoins, the history for stablecoins. And guys, listen, as much as I hate saying this, the fact is that stablecoin issuers, they're literally replacing the role of a bank, and they're definitely not following the ethos of open blockchain. So keeping all this thing in mind, guys, so far as regulations are concerned, they're 100% needed because they're extremely centralized, isn't it? So please feel free to sign up for this event. Now, guys, let's go to discuss an unfortunate news. And this is to do with Solana meme coin called as Dare Coin. And Mikol, guys, who's the creator of Solana-based meme coin called as Dare, which is about truth or dare, did actually set himself on fire during a live stream stunt, and he did that to promote the project. And unfortunately, guys, this has resulted in third-degree burns over 30% of his body. Now, in the show notes below, guys, there's an interview with the Decrypt team, and I definitely felt really sad regarding this, guys. Now, it's really important to note Despite the injury and hospitalization, the creator of this token, that is Miko, continued with the coin, but now he regrets not cashing out, and this was when the coin was at its all-time high, and looks like now the coin has dumped a lot, and unfortunately 5 months after setting himself on fire, he has decided to quit the project. Now Lucas is great to bring attention, but doing self-harm or setting up yourself on fire is absolutely sad and scary, isn't it? Definitely unfortunate news, but nonetheless guys, I'm definitely hoping only the best thing for him. So these were the news guys from the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first one guys is definitely a positive one, and DMCC and CVVC, they have joined forces to drive regional Web3 growth ecosystem. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this, because DMCC and CVVC guys, they have signed a strategic collaboration agreement to support Web3 ecosystem growth in Dubai as well as in Switzerland, and the agreement was signed in 2024 CV Summit in Switzerland at a major Web3 and blockchain event, and thousands of industry leaders and entrepreneurs attended the CV Summit 2024. Now the collaboration guys aims to connect 2 of the world's most vibrant blockchain ecosystem, that is Dubai and Switzerland, and this partnership will focus on cross-border ecosystem development, and the initiative guys will include educational drives, events and workspace exchanges, and CVVC guys is one of Switzerland's leading early-stage blockchain venture capital firms, and DMCC Crypto Center is the largest hub of Web3 and blockchain companies in the Middle East, and both DMCC and CVVC guys, they aim to accelerate Web3 entrepreneurship between Dubai and Switzerland, and this partnership seeks to create an innovation corridor between the 2 regions, and cross-border collaboration will include workshops, seminars and resource sharing, and the partnership will include a joint Web3 Hub event, and this will be done at the World Economic Forum in Davos that is scheduled to take place in January of 2025, and CV and VC guys will partner with DMCC for DMCC Bybit Hackathon that is focusing on blockchain innovation, and Farrell Ahmadi, who's the CEO of DMCC, has emphasized the benefits of greater collaboration and knowledge exchange, and Matthias Rock, who's the founder and CEO of CVVC, has highlighted the opportunity to grow blockchain in both the regions, and Olaf Hanneman, who is the co-founder and CIO of CVVC, noted the maturity of the Middle Eastern blockchain ecosystem, and the DMCC Crypto Center guys right now has over 600 members and supports Web3 and blockchain companies, and CVVC, they focus on early stage blockchain startups and is a key player on Switzerland's crypto valley. So definitely positive news, isn't it? Now guys, let's go and discuss another news, and this is all the way from Bahrain. And Bahrain guys held its 74th Information and Communication Technology Governance Committee meeting remotely, and the meeting was chaired by Muhammad Ali Al, who is the Chief Executive of the Information and E-Government Authority, that is IGA, and the committee guys reviewed digital transformation projects and purchase orders from various government entities, and Bahrain guys is now ranked 18th worldwide in United Nations E-Government Development Report 2024, and Al-Qaid guys praised the contribution of ministries and government entities to Bahrain's digital success, and the Ministry of Justice, Islamic Affairs, and Waqf has presented a digital transformation project for virtual notary and virtual court hearing, and the virtual services guys will use AI and blockchain to enhance identity verification and document confidentiality, and the project will integrate with the e-key system and the government notification system, and the committee reviewed the Ministry of Electricity and Water Affairs, that is the mobile app for electric vehicle chargers, and the electrical vehicle charging app guys aims to streamline payment process at charging stations, and this initiative supports the ministry's efforts for improving EV charging infrastructure in Bahrain, and the Ministry of Municipality Affairs and Agriculture guys proposed an electronic animal registration system, and the system will register animals and document health safety records digitally as well, and the animal registration project will automate procedures related to animal health and welfare, and the project guys will employ low-code platform for development, and the committee assessed the progress of decisions made in previous meetings, and ongoing projects were also reviewed to track the progress, and the meeting guys emphasized the importance of Bahrain's continuous digital transformation across various sectors. Now look guys, the big question is, where does blockchain technology fit into all of this, isn't it? So what I want to do is guys, I want to quickly touch base on some points where I do feel that blockchain technology could potentially merge with this. So regarding this news guys, when you talk about virtual notary and court hearing, according to me, blockchain can be integrated into the Ministry of Justice virtual notary as well as court hearing services to provide secure, tamper-proof records of legal documents and processing, isn't it? And blockchain's immutability guys would ensure that all records are verifiable and cannot be altered. And so far as identity verification is concerned, blockchain technology can be used for decentralized identity verification, and this can be done within the e-key system that they have, thereby enhancing security and privacy in government services. And this, guys, according to me, would allow individuals to securely control and share personal data without relying on a centralized authority. And so far as electric vehicle charging payment system is concerned, guys, blockchain can be applied to the Ministry of Electricity and Water Affairs EV charging mobile app, and it can be done to facilitate transparent, decentralized payment solutions, and smart contracts, guys, could automate payments and settlements between users and service providers, thereby enhancing efficiency, isn't it? Now, regarding animal registration and health records, guys, blockchain can create a secure and transparent system for tracking animal registrations with health records, and the distributed ledger blockchain technology, guys, could ensure the authenticity of traceability of animal data, thereby reducing fraud and enhancing compliance. And regarding government notification system, one area I can think of is that blockchain can improve the integrity and transparency of notification that is sent through government's notification system, and a blockchain-based system would provide an immutable record of communications, ensuring that messages are securely delivered and verifiable. And regarding cross-government data sharing, guys, blockchain could enable secure, transparent data sharing between different government ministries and agencies, and by creating a decentralized platform for data exchange, blockchain would ensure integrity, reduce redundancy, and streamline interdepartmental collaboration. So these are some areas, guys, I'm pretty much sure blockchain technologies could merge in it. So let me know, guys, if you agree to these points, or do you have any other areas where blockchain technology could fit well into this? So these were the news, guys, on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Rakesh who asks, do you think Satoshi Nakamoto's identity should remain a mystery, or is it time for the truth to come out? Now look, Rakesh, this is such a simple question, and the answer to that is yes. I think it's great that Satoshi Nakamoto's identity is mystery, and I'm really hoping it remains this way. Now, one way to know who Satoshi Nakamoto is not is pretty simple. The so-called Satoshi Nakamoto just has to go and sign into his private key, and replicating the private key is next to impossible, and that is one of the reasons why fake Toshi, that is Dr. Craig Watt, could not be able to prove that he's Satoshi Nakamoto. Now look, so far as privacy is concerned, we know what happened to Tornado Cash developers, isn't it? And along with that, just recently Telegram's founder, he was arrested in France. Imagine if both of these people were completely anonymous. If that would have been the case, none of the drama would have happened, isn't it? Now you can make an argument that being anonymous is bad, especially when there is notorious activities going on. I 100% agree to that. But with the geopolitical chaos going on right now, and with government interference, there is a very high possibility that the government will be utilizing these tools to go and penalize people who are opposing the political side, isn't it? And that is exactly what is happening in the United States of America with the left-leaning administration, isn't it? They are literally arresting people who are opposing the political views, and this is going back to freedom of speech. And if you know, before Elon Musk took over Twitter, if you said absolutely anything against Hillary Clinton, you could actually face jail time as well. And there are guys who have actually faced jail time because of that, especially in the United Kingdom. And recently, Rakesh, because of the riots, people are posting memes regarding political parties, more precisely only the left-leaning administration. They're directly put in prison, isn't it? Now look, so far as privacy is concerned, it is definitely individuals' right, but at the same time, you should definitely not be utilizing it for notorious activities. But regarding your question, I do feel it is best that Satoshi Nakamoto remains a mystery, and because of that, no one can go after Satoshi Nakamoto, isn't it? Because look, let's say if they do find out who Satoshi Nakamoto is, they might actually state that there has been illicit activities that has happened with Bitcoin, and because of that, The government can go out and confiscate his Bitcoin, which I believe is roughly around $65 billion now, isn't it? So keeping all this thing in mind, Rakesh, I do feel that Satoshi Nakamoto's identity should remain a mystery. That is my honest opinion, but really interesting, funny and a curious question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything season Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.